Okay, you're now about to see me use the funnel technique. So watch through this chapter as I start at the top using broad questions to get them talking, get them thinking, so I can really learn as much as I can about them, and then I start to go down the funnel. We're gonna go to guided questions and then specific questions. There's different ways I'm gonna do it. Let's see how it goes. Let's start at the top. All right, here we are on the 15th floor. Oh, hi.
Hey, hi.
Thanks
Hello.
for meeting us. These are my clients.
Sydney.
They're in for the day. So if you want to follow her, she'll take us through the apartment.
Yes. What do you think of the view?
Beautiful. I love it.
Absolutely.
Very cool.
So I
Very
call
cool.
this the great room, like
great-
right over the water.
Yeah. I love the view. It's beautiful.
Yeah, for New York, you know, to be on the west side, to have the water view, I mean, people, like, they just die for this.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, your house in Texas is ground floor, right? Ground floor, do you have a second floor maybe in the house?
It's no, it's ranch style. So
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Big ranch style. So this is pretty high.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. For sure.
So how does it feel? How's the home?
Well, I'm gonna find out if I have height problems, so there's that. But other than that, I love the view. I rode the subway here. I love the walk.
Wow.
Yeah. Saw some colorful characters. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very excited about the subway.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
View is beautiful. This I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
I love the statue here that looks like New Jersey.
Right. Yeah, no, you have a big, beautiful view of New Jersey here, and the water and the lights at night are great. How does this compare to kind of what you were imagining when you were dreaming about your New York home?
Yeah, I was kind of going for that more Upper East Side, Sex and the City vibe.
Sure.
This is a bit more industrial looking than what I was thinking. But
Absolutely. We had a certain vision in mind, but
But I do love the natural lighting that this unit offers.
Sure. And all the amenities. You have to remember that a lot of the TV shows that have been filmed in New York and kind of the idea you have in your mind, those are old co-op buildings, right? So we don't have to get into all of that, but they're older, the windows are tiny.
Got it.
Like, do you guys want to do a big gut renovation of an older apartment?
Absolutely
no.
not.
Okay. Right. So something new like we talked about over the past couple weeks, full of amenities, great lights. This is an amazing building.
Yeah, I also love the open space that this apartment has. I do entertain a lot and I love cooking. I have a bunch of things that I definitely want to make. So kitchen space is great. Also this open, it's good for entertaining. So
Yeah, you'll definitely be able to have
Positive.
a lot of parties here. And in this apartment too, the reason I really wanted you to see this one is you do have this little kind of wrap outdoor space. So you have doors and windows that you can open, and there's a great separation between indoor and outdoor here so that you're not just feeling like you're trapped inside this interior vacuum.
right,
You know.
right.
Kind of bring a little bit of the outside in, which is nice. It's hard to find in New York.
Like that.
Like, typically, you're only getting penthouses with outdoor space.
Right.
Okay, so you've seen the living room and kitchen, right?
Yeah.
So let's go see the bedrooms. Simon, do you want to show the
Sure.
bedrooms?
Absolutely. Follow me.
Okay, so what did I just do? We started at the top of the funnel. Big, open, vague questions to get them talking, to get them thinking, and to do it out loud. So I realized that Sydney, the wife, loves to entertain. And as she's thinking about moving to New York, she's thinking about showing off her new home, having dinner parties, bringing all her cookware stuff, pots and pans and all those things here so that she can have a great old time. I did not know that. So that's great for me to know. I learned too that they also really, really love the views and they weren't expecting them. So that's a great surprise for them. But that the view per se and the building as a whole isn't fitting their view of the world and the way they were seeing themselves finding a place in New York, in a smaller, older building pre-war on the Upper East Side or the West Village, like Sex and the City. That's going to come up 1,000 times, I think, on this tour with them. But I now have to figure out how I'm going to bridge the gap between what they thought they wanted and what I know they really want, which is a modern open floor plate like this that they can entertain in, that has big open views, because this will appreciate far better and I know they'll enjoy it a lot more. than this idea of what they think living in this city might be like. And so now they're going to come back from the bedrooms and we're going to go mid-funnel. So now I start asking them guiding questions to help them better understand what they want to get us closer to that close. And in this situation that we're in, I need to ask them questions to help them answer for themselves why they do want new construction, why they do want windows like this, views like this, and maybe not some smaller apartments or older home on the Upper East Side or the West Village like they've seen in every movie ever. So I need to guide them to get them towards the close, right? Remember, CODO, close on day one. I'm with them for 1 day. Every question that I ask them is going to be geared towards getting them to open up and decide for themselves to buy. Otherwise, I'm just showing them as a tour guide. I'm like, do you like the floors? What about the walls? Okay, next one. All right, fine, let's talk later. Like everybody else, that's not why you're here. You're learning to do it like the real closer that you are.
Interesting.
Bedrooms.
Ryan, who are you talking to?
I was just talking to my friends. Don't worry about it. Telling them how great you are.
Thank
Right.
you.
Amazing you are.
Appreciate it.
It's gonna be an awesome, awesome day. So how did you like the bathroom finishes?
I love the finish, actually.
They're beautiful, yeah.
Yeah. How would you think about like doing your own upgrades?
Yeah, no, I like to move, strike while the iron's hot, and I got several things that I'm doing right now, so I really need to get this done as soon as possible.
Yeah, the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the time. It's
Yeah.
tough. The tough. Yeah, the renovations, especially in a city that you've never renovated in before. Plus, you'll be going back and forth at least at the beginning, and you too, especially.
Right.
Yeah, it can be tough.
Yeah, I agree. No renovation.
Yeah.
Another question that came to my mind while you were looking at the bedrooms: are you gonna have a car here?
We're definitely shipping my car.
Okay.
Not sure about yours.
I might get a new one. Yeah.
Oh, you can get like an electric, like everybody else here.
No, I'm in oil and gas, man.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Right.
What are you trying to do?
That would be career suicide. And
Exactly.
there's a garage here.
There is.
Yes, there's a garage here. As I think too about the Upper East Side and the West Village, it can be very difficult to find a newer building where you don't have to do renovations that also has parking inside. You can take the elevator downstairs and get right into your car. There's garages everywhere, but if we went uptown and found a great place on 71st Street, right, Park Avenue, you're gonna have to walk a block or two to go and get your car. And if it's raining, if it's really, really cold or really, really, really hot, and you gotta call an hour ahead of time because they gotta move all the other cars because they smash the cars in these tiny little garages that are like in the basements of these buildings. And we can look, but it can be hard. So if you're gonna have two cars, just keep in mind having a building with a garage like this one is a major find.
Okay, yeah. You're definitely selling me because I didn't even think of that for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something when you live in Texas, you don't think about that.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to sell you. I mean, I just am trying to frame what makes the most sense for you so that you can make the best decision. Because if you don't need a car, right, you don't need them, then the fact that the building does have a garage actually is completely meaningless to you. It doesn't matter, right? And there's a lot of other options. But if you are going to have cars here and you'll be going back and forth to New Jersey, the airport, you're probably going to have to get a place in the Hamptons now if you're going to have a kick-ass place here in the city.
For sure.
Right, you're going back and forth and doing that. It's just something that it's my job to help you think through all the things that you might not think about.
Right.
Right. I see people make bad decisions all the time on real estate because they work with an agent or salesperson that is just thinking about the deal and not actually thinking about their clients and helping them think through things that you ordinarily wouldn't think about because you take them for granted in Texas. Like you take parking for granted.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
That actually happened to me before with an agent before, just thinking about the deal, so I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the 3-bedroom line, right?
Yes.
And this is asking $7,850,000.
Yes.
Do you have a 2-bedroom line on this floor just to show them, just so they can see the difference? I know you want a 3, just in case you can grow into it, but just so that they can see because it's also their first time here or something less expensive.
Absolutely. It's on this floor. It's got a completely different view. I'd love for you to see it.
Awesome.
Ready?
All right.
All right.
Yeah, if you guys want to go take a look at that, I'm just gonna talk to my friends and then you come back here.
Amazing.
Yeah, I talk to myself a lot. Okay. All right, serve family, we got another minute or two here. So when I started with them as part of the funnel technique, what was I doing? I was asking big, broad, open-ended questions to get them thinking and get them talking so that I could learn from them, which is what we did. Then I started to ask them guided questions as we move down the funnel, as we get towards the close. And the guided questions that I just asked really helped me learn even more, right? About the fact that, man, you know what? They really don't want to do a renovation. That takes out a huge amount of inventory. Remember, when you're closing a buyer specifically, right? It's a process of elimination. It's not a process of selection. Same thing if I was working on the sell side. It's a process of eliminating buyer pools so I can focus on the selection of buyers that are actually going to buy. So these are real buyers. They want new. They want something new. Does it have to be a new construction tower? No, but they like that. They like that it hasn't been touched at all by anybody else. What did I also learn? I learned that they were taking parking for granted and that they're going to want 2 cars here in New York City. If we go to the West Village, right, and she gets to be by Magnolia Bakery, let's say, there's a parking garage about a block and a half away. For their cars, it's going to cost about $1,000 per month for each car. Okay? So that's $24,000 a year that they're going to have to spend just to park cars in that garage on their Sex and the City block. Whereas here, parking is part of the building. And it can be something we can negotiate in. They go downstairs, they're good to go. He could have his big gas guzzling truck, whatever he wants. It's right there. Step 1 of the funnel technique is really for me because it gives me the information I need to then guide them. And the guiding questions are really for them because now you see their heads start turning as they start to convince themselves about what they actually want, not what they think they want. CODO. And when they come back, you're going to see that I'm going to go to step 3 of the funnel technique, which are very specific questions as I get down that funnel to get towards that close. And they are taking their sweet time in this other apartment, so we're going to hang on a second and they'll be right back. Oh, finally. Thought you moved in.
Almost.
How was it?
It was good, but we definitely want 3 bedrooms.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
Got it.
3 bedrooms.
Really?
Yes.
Is it because you really need that extra space for the home office?
Yeah, actually, yes. I do a lot of work at home.
Yeah.
And I do use that space.
Got it.
Yeah, also I feel like we're still getting used to the New York City space limitations.
Yeah.
And so definitely 3 bedrooms to be a little bit more comfortable
Right, a
for
2-bedroom.
myself.
Yeah, the 2-bedroom can feel a little bit tight. Right?
Yeah, for sure, especially coming from Texas.
Yes. No, that makes perfect sense. Which is why I definitely wanted you to see this one because the layout's great. Between the primary, the 2 secondaries, they're separate, and then you all kind of meet up here in the great room. What room do you spend the most time in at home, do you think?
Most likely the closet or the kitchen.
2 good places.
Yeah.
Living room, you know, I like to lounge, you know.
Yeah, we got the big screen TV right here. You got the game on.
Yeah.
Cowboys, maybe next year.
Yeah.
Do you want, I know this is something you and I were speaking about when we were setting up the appointment, when I knew you were coming into town. How important is outdoor space for you?
I would love a bonfire if we could put one out there on the balcony.
A bonfire.
Bonfire would
Fire
be
department
great.
says
Whoa.
no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we just
Well-
have a huge bonfire in New York City, do you think? No?
Well, while we can't in personal spaces, we do have a rooftop with barbecue grills
Yes.
and fire pits, so that they
Okay.
are done in a place that the fire department has made sure is fire safe for you and your guests.
Yeah.
Safely grill, and then not have smoke wafting into your own unit, so it sounds perfect.
Yeah, remember, in the city anyway, in a building like this, you're buying into a vertical neighborhood. So you've got people above you, people below you, everywhere. But you do have outdoor space here in this unit, and you can open the doors. I would not light a fire out there, but you can definitely have access to some outdoor space. And you bring up a great point. I mean, the amenities in this building, like when you buy here, you get a lot more. You know, if you were to buy into a country club, let's say, right, you're going to get the clubhouse, the golf course, you're going to get the access to the pool, maybe there's kids' activities and daycare in the summers, things like that. So in a building like this, You've got a swimming pool, you've got a movie theater that's in the building, right? You've got a full-on gym, yoga studio, you've got a library, all the things. I'm doing her job for her, but I know the building really well too, and it's important for you to know. It'd be great. Any other questions about this unit or this building? Because we've seen the 2 apartments, and now it's time for us to go, and we got to do the rest of our tour. Anything?
No more questions. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Awesome. Simon will show you downstairs, and I'll meet you in the lobby.
Perfect.
Let's go.
All right. Okay, that was the funnel technique. It looks natural while it's happening, but in my head, I am literally thinking the entire time. I'm starting at the top of the funnel. Started broad, open-ended questions, get them talking. Down the funnel, then I'm guiding them with guiding questions. I'm guiding them so that they can answer the questions in a way that's going to suggest to them what they actually want to go and buy. And then down the funnel at the bottom, asking them specific questions. Now let's start to get specific. Do you need to grill? Do you need to do this? Will you need to do that? So we can further get us to the close. I mean, look what we learned, right? When I got real specific. I didn't know he liked to grill. I mean, could I have assumed? Sure. Does every guy like to grill? Sure. Do they like to grill because they're from Texas? I mean, sure, but you never know. I don't know. So I had to ask them that question. It's a big deal for both of them. They like to cook. They like to entertain. You got gas grills here that you can cook out and have a whole party with. That's a great specific question with a super specific answer that'll help us as they think about their lives in their new home. It's not about just the deal. It's not just the price. It's not just the 4 walls and the windows. It's their life in the home, right? You're not negotiating with the wallet. You're negotiating with this, the emotions, not my awesome chest muscles. So now I'm going to go meet up with them downstairs, and we have a whole day packed with tours, seeing a lot of different apartments so they can get educated on the market and make the best decision for them today. And as I'm going through all of these other tours, I'm going to be using all the information that I've learned from them in the funnel technique and asking them even more questions. Asking. Remember, from the original book, Sell It Like Sirhan, or a core course, never ask a question someone can say no to, and make sure when you ask somebody a question, you listen to respond and not just reply. They're connecting with us because people hate to be sold, but they love shopping with friends. I can hear you through the screen. Shopping with friends. Exactly. All right, Simon might actually be trying to steal my clients right now because I've been talking to you this whole time, so I'm going to go. And I have a feeling, based on how they've answered all those questions, I think we're going to be back here. I don't know. Don't hold me to it, but I'm usually right.